from California. This is Sandy from Messy Papercrafts, your number one online store with the most exciting crafting items. And welcome to this week's episode of What's in This Box. And today I have a great new release for you by Chou and Flowers. So if you love shabby chic and French designs, then Victoria Street is for you by Chou and Flowers. So here we have really interesting new items that are somewhat French and somewhat English and European and super interesting. And if you love retro and vintage, then this is a release for you. So let's get that out. So here you can see all these great new products by Chou and Flowers. So on this side you have the new release, which is called Victoria Street. And on this side we have products back in stock and also some products for the first time. So we will talk about them as well. But for now, let's start with the new release, Victoria Street. And we have white rubber stamps, clear stamps, stencils, paper, and some ephemera. And why I think it's so amazing is that the whole release has a little bit of everything. So we have a bit of this nostalgic vintage charm, because here, for example, we have stamps that remind me a bit of Narnia, like these kids in those 20s or 30s clothing and a train station. So it has this kind of retro charm. But then we also have some items that fit for spring and Easter, so obviously fitting for right now. And then we also have, obviously, what the name says, Victoria Street. So we have some English and street things. So here we have a street map and here we have a door. So obviously that fits with this Victoria Street idea. And then totally different, in the same release, we also have some fantasy and a little bit surreal and some kind of what I would say like French chic, or it just looks more European in general. So all in all, a very versatile release. And let's start with the white rubber stamps, because I think you will love them. So let's have a look at all of those. And also because of the size, because I always find this a bit difficult to see on the website, because obviously any picture in a sump that's a square always looks the same, and you might wonder, why is this a bit more expensive than this one, for example? And now you see that this one is actually a little bit bigger than this one and also has 3 stamps, and here you have 2 stamps. So that's why I always think these unboxing videos are hopefully helpful, just to see, different sizes, and this way you can make up your mind if this is the product for you. So here, let's start with this one immediately. This is called Le Buste. And as I said, it has this bit French chic, but could be also anywhere else. And the text actually says number 99 Main Street, and needles, oil and attachments, paper patterns, elegant in design, perfect in fit. That's why I probably think this looks very elegant. And here we have this on the back. And what I love about this is that it's so versatile. You can use only the flowers, only the buste, or this kind of model for sewing, I assume, or the text stamp. And I think this is always nice, because if you need some kind of text on your background, then this is perfect to have. And here it says Fabrique. So a little bit French, a little bit, I don't know, maybe New York, and then a little bit England. It's all in one. It has this great nostalgic, elegant charm, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I think about when I see these designs. I wonder how they work together and what you could create with that. And I just think this is a really lovely set, just because you have all of those different options here. And then next one up, also really nice to have. Now here we have this, a little bit more fantasy style, but at the same time it's also very practical, because it says Home Sweet Home. And I always love stamps that have anything to do with a new home, because as I mentioned before, like a few years ago, I had a friend that moved away, and I wanted to create a card that would say something like, congratulations to your new home. and it was really difficult to find anything. So in the end, I found some kind of key stamp and a lock, and then that somehow made sense because obviously, like, yeah, here's a new key for your house or something like that. But yeah, I'm always really excited when I have something that would make a great card. So here we have Home Sweet Home, and then also J'ai rendez-vous avec le bonheur. So if you wanted something in French, then here's your chance as well. Otherwise, you have the English sentiment here. And this is what that looks from the back. We have once again 3 different stamps. So really nice. You can only use the cloud or only the castle, which is very Disney. I love this, like the Cinderella castle, very dreamy. So this is a really nice set as well. Oops. And then next one up, which is now a little bit more street related, as it's called Victoria Street, we have this door, and it's actually called the door. And here it says postcard, and I think this is once again really nice to have for your background. Yeah, 3 stamps. So I love Chou and Flowers because on this side here, they already give you a little bit of an example how you can place everything together. However, it's nice that it's not just one big stamp where it is like that. You can use it in any way you want. And obviously this white rubber stamp has a really nice thick quality, so you get really good prints with that. And I just think it's a really nice size as well. So this is super nice too. And then once again, because it's Victoria Street and somewhat England related, so here we have now stamp that's called texture map, and once again it's actually a stamp set, so we have 3 different ones here. And if you needed any kind of background city map, then this would be really nice. So especially if you're into art journaling or any kind of technique where you need some kind of background texture, then I think this is really cool to have. So those are these bigger ones, kind of like an A6, and this here is an A7, so a little bit smaller, and as I mentioned, only 2 stamps, but a really cool set. So this is called La Tasse, and it's funny because it reminded me of the release by Vicky with Stamperia, because there the Welcome Home paper set that was released just a few weeks ago had a very similar idea. So it's funny that 2 different designers came up, or I think Chou and Flowers are actually 2 designers. So 3 different designers may have come up with the same idea of these houses inside the cup. However, you don't have to use it like that at all. You can just use the house and the cup. You can even mix and match. You could use maybe this house and then Home Sweet Home. So that would obviously work as well. Or you can use it similar how they show this on this example, which once again I love that there is already an example, because sometimes I just find this so difficult to think of something by myself, and at least this is a nice jumping off point, and then you can color it or use it any way you want. So really adorable set. I love this, very fantasy and dreamy and a little bit whimsical. And here, the last of those new white rubber stamps is this little guy. He's called Doudou Chevalier, and a little bit like a prince, and so adorable. And obviously, the prince would go really nicely with his castle. So, as I said, something fantasy, something dreamy, and then we also have these nostalgic things over here. So, hopefully, something for everybody, I would assume. So while talking about that, let's immediately jump into these clear stamps. So here we have now once again something street related, because this is what this can look like. Once again, I'm so happy with the example, because if you only look at the stamps, you'd like, oh, what am I doing with that? So you have some weird thing here and then another weird thing there. And then actually when you look at that, it's like, all right, so that's what it meant to be together. So it's a lantern. And I believe the stamp set is also called Lantern. Yeah, so it's Victoria Street La Lanterne. And once again, we have really nice text bits here. So yeah, as I said, it's not just English Victoria Street. It also is somehow French shabby chic, because here we have rendezvous and Paris and cafe. And then one more text here. And this is how you can create some lantern and some street scene here. So with a brick wall, we have these beautiful flowers. Once again, you could also use this all separately, of course. And here you can use this John S. Adams, established 1856 in the Rue Philippe de Girard. Yeah, so something in French here. And that's why I think it has this great elegance about it. I just think this is so beautiful. And again, in regards to houses, we have this beautiful street scene here. Once again, this is what this looks like. So here we have Victoria Street, Notre Chez Nous, and here it says Chez Nous, and we have these great houses. I think Notre Chez Nous means our house or something like that. So here we have this great street scene, and again, you could only use the houses or you can use it all together with the trees. And then here we have some little number stamp, postage stamp, and yeah, once again, you can create this great mixed media look. And if you wanted to say something like home sweet home, maybe because somebody moved and you need some kind of house scene, then that obviously also works perfectly together in this mixed media design if you wanted to with a stamp, or of course you can use it for watercoloring, create it more realistic, either way. So I just think a beautiful stamp set. This is called Notre Chez Nous, our home. Let me know in the comments if I'm totally off and what the real translation would be. So here we have now the stamp that totally reminds me of Narnia for some reason, because I think when I was a kid and I watched this really old series, it was somehow that these young children were in England at war times, and I believe their parents sent them to their grandparents or somewhere. So they were at the train station, and this is where they boarded their adventure, where they obviously then end up with their grandparents or somebody, where they go through the door in the wardrobe to go to Narnia. And somehow, I don't know why, this whole vibe, it has this great fantasy character, but at the same time it's also so nostalgic and retro. And this is what that could look from the back. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and yeah, you can use it either way. You can use it only with the kids, or here we have this great clock design, the luggage. Here we have this brick wall, for example. Here we have this clock, and then here it says train, railway ticket, and control. And then here we have these, two girls and a boy. And here we have, that's why I probably think like 20s or 30s because of this cap. I absolutely love this stamp set. It's so vintage. I think it's beautiful. And then also fitting to this whole style is somehow this, where it says headline and newspaper, because I think when I see these boys in those caps, that they say that you should buy a newspaper for some reason. So here we have headline, Petit Journal, Collector, Vintage, Think, and then these little newspaper text bits, and then here some kind of texture as well. And this is an absolutely stunning set. Here once again is an example on how you could use it, but obviously this could go in the background, this could be a card front, like so many different things. Absolutely stunning, so versatile. I think this is one of my favorite sets just because it could go with anything. And now we have totally different sizes here. So these were all kind of like an A6. Hopefully this all makes sense to you. Now this is then a longer set, similar to those ones. Always good to see these different sizes. And here we have two A7s, and then here A5. So here we have really big stamp sets in comparison. That's my hand. And again, really versatile. I mean, I love this peacock here. So elegant, very stunning. And then also a beautiful flower over here. And then once again, we have these little bits, could go into any art journal or background, cards, and so on. Super nice to use it all together. Here, once again, great example. I love how Chou and Flowers keeps it always easy and elegant at the same time. So they basically just have these stamps in the background, a little bit of watercolor, and then this beautiful peacock colored in. And then, of course, you can only use the peacock, you can only use the flowers, whatever you want. Such a gorgeous set. And now two more of those clear sets. So those are now a little bit more spring related. So here we have an Easter egg. So that's perfect for this time of year. And then here we have a beautiful flower. And again, this could also work really nicely together. So absolutely stunning sets. So this is one of my favorite stencils. I just think again it has this French chic elegance to it. I don't know, it's just stunning in my opinion. And it's called Papillon, which I suppose means butterfly. So really nice. Then here we have a great texture stamp, which is called Victoria Street Coeur. I think it means hearts, and I'm not sure how to say it properly, but yeah, it's heart related. Then here we have another nice brick wall. So this obviously goes well together with these lanterns, and then this scene over here with the kids where we have the clock here. So if you needed some more stenciled background with these bricks, then that would work nicely together. And once again, it's this kind of retro design. So it's not this perfect just brick wall, but it has some kind of pattern here to it, almost like it's a bit broken. So really nice and vintage. And then we have one bigger stencil here, which is called Victoria Street Le Vitrel. And it's kind of like a door or a window. And I think again, a really nice thing for a bigger background. So really nice as well. So very different. Always great to have so many different options. And now let's talk about one of my favorite things ever with Chou and Flowers, because their paper packs, they're absolutely stunning. And they're, I think, the only company that I know that doesn't only do white paper, but in one package you also get vellum and you also get craft paper. So let's open that up. So here you see this great vellum paper, and it has a nice thickness to it, so not too thin. And this is what that looks like. So hopefully on the white you see it a little bit better, but it's vellum. And we have this great, yeah, globus here, or this kind of map. Really awesome. Obviously works nicely together here with this map. Next one up, we have this amazing sheet here. Again, this is also vellum, and I think the design absolutely beautiful. Just so stunning. And then this one here, again, this is also vellum. And I just put this white sheet behind just so that you can see it a little bit better, hopefully. And this beautiful collage look with this rose or this flower. And yeah, just elegant once again. Just, I think there's something about Chou and Flowers that they just know how to mix elegance and fantasy and nostalgia at the same time. Here we have these old postcards. And again, also vellum. So the next one up, this is now on craft paper, and we have this gorgeous design here. Then we get some kind of collage look with these butterflies and text, and here we have this map featured that you also know from here. So this obviously works hand in hand. Super nice. And here we have some interesting layout with the song, and then whatever text this is over here. So again, very cool if you just want to cut out bits and bobs for layering and so on. Just so interesting that you have vellum and craft paper and white paper, everything in one package. I love this here as well. One last sheet of craft paper. And this is what it looks on the back. So if you wanted to layer something without that you wanted to use a printed page, then obviously that would work too. But I think this is absolutely stunning. I love this bird here. It's just so vintage and yeah, beautiful designs. Here we have now the white paper, which is printed only on this one side here. Also, this is a cool texture. So once again, if you wanted to layer something together, it's a really nice thick quality as well. So I think this is great as well. And then next one, it's another map. Then here we have this sheet, which you could probably also layer if you needed some kind of border or some kind of just interest to another, like another layer. Here we have these great flowers, and then these bits here with the text and some tickets. It's really nice if it all goes together. And here we have this one. Here it says menu and has like different pieces here of like writing. Then we have this beautiful sheet. And more of this kind of flower and botanical elements here. Then another map by the looks of it. And then last but not least, we have this beautiful sheet here. I just love all this collage look. I mean, this is just amazing. So yeah, I think this is absolutely stunning that in one package you get so many different ideas with vellum and craft and white printed paper, and yeah, very versatile. And also fitting to those, we have this pack of ephemera, and they have this great scribbled, yeah, kind of like drawing look. So if you love these examples here, and then you would need some more to embellish your card, for example, if you created something similar. And this is perfect for that, because here you have these beautiful motifs like flowers and like here these different stems, for example, different plants, then different frames, like these elements here. And it's not too thick, not too thin. Like so beautiful. Love all of those. And that's not all. As I promised, this was re-release Victoria Street. And over here, I wanted to show you some of those that we had back in stock and also some that are new. So this is new. This is obviously fitting for Easter. Super cute. This little doo-doo in an egg. Then this is back in stock. This little girl, Dudu Kalen. Then here we have this one, which is called Magician. So cute. Oh, that's actually another one that I missed, which goes here with the Victoria Street. We have a detective. So this is Dudu the detective. And that's really funny because this is, yeah, Victoria Street and then probably a bit like Sherlock Holmes. So he goes in here. Oops, missed one over there. Then this is new, but belongs to the series before, but yeah, that wasn't available last time, but now we have this in stock as well. And as it's still winter, I thought I will show this to you as well. This guy is back in stock. This artist Dudu, I guess that's what they call it, Dudu. This is somehow a bear or something like that. And then also we have this little wizard. Super, super cute. I hope that you love all of those. I just think they're so adorable. Then back in stock we have this one. I love this one as well. So here we have 3 different stems and they're great for any kind of background. Really cool. Also back in stock are these. And I just think, again, super versatile. I love all of those different text bits here. Again, for any mixed media projects, this is perfect, like some scribble, postmarks, and so on. Really, really good stamp sets. I love both of them. And if you need some kind of foreground element, I think this is really nice. So this is in for the first time. Hopefully you can see that, because sadly there is no example on here. But it's this girl that holds a coffee or hot chocolate mug. And I thought it's super cozy for winter. So if you need any kind of winter related foreground, and yeah, here it says hello weekend, and it's this beautiful like patchwork jacket or blanket that the girl has, and then yeah, she holds this hot chocolate mug. I think this is super nice as well. And another stamp is this one that I love, also new to us. It's from the last release, which is called Storybook, and we also have the paper for that one. But look at the detail here. I mean, this is such an amazing border stamp, or you can use this for scrapbooking and so on. absolutely stunning. I mean, you can stamp the whole design, obviously, if you need something for like a whole scrapbook, which is 12-inch, or obviously you can just, yeah, do bits and pieces here. Like if you only wanted some postage marks here, like winter related, here we have gloves, for example, and yeah, anything here that you could cut out, then this is also great to, yeah, create your own ephemera. Or if you needed more bits, because we actually have ephemera here in the same release, then obviously you can create your own ones and mix and match. So here, this is, as I said, called Storybook, and that's the ephemera there as well. And here in this package, we have 2 vellums and 2 paper that are craft paper, and 6 white paper. So in this Victoria set, you got a little bit more. Let me just compare this, because once again, I want to show you why they are different in price. So Victoria Junk, that has 4 vellum, 4 craft paper, and 10 white paper with texture on it. And on this one here, we have 2 vellum, 2 craft, and 6 white papers. So it's a little bit smaller, but as you can see, nevertheless, the same beautiful paper. So here it starts with the craft paper, so 2 of those. But that's interesting. So here we had only the 1 design. Here we actually have 2 craft papers, but you can use them either way, whichever side you like better. And that's the right way around. Yeah, collection storybook. So here we have this note sheet, very vintage and rustic. And then here we have leaves. Then here we have some pattern. Then here we have text. I love that. Oh, the vellum. Look how beautiful that is. That's a really nice one. Obviously, vellum has only one side because it's translucent. And then another vellum sheet here. Ooh, that's really nice, like old frames. Funny though, right? Because this is Storybook, the last release, which I finally got a hold of because it was sold out before. But it works really nicely together with this Victoria Street here as well, because it almost looks like one of the stamps that we've seen. And it has this French chic, obviously, to it. So they would go nicely together, these 2 releases, I have to say. Here, beautiful leaves. This is now the white paper. Here we have this one as a background, or this as a front. Gorgeous. And here this one or this one. Again, really cute, because we also had here some of this drawn out. I think in the ephemera pack we had one of these designs. So it once again works nicely all together. Then we have these frames once again, this time on white and not on the vellum. And this one on the back. Then another one with text. Okay, so the craft paper was similar to this. So we have one side with text, one side with notes. And then we have this and this absolutely gorgeous design on this side. And last but not least, here's now the ephemera that goes hand in hand with the paper. This is great. So here we have more of these like little tickets, like little tags, and these cute little bits here, and also some gifts. So obviously very winter related, because that came out, I believe, beginning of December. But I thought it's still winter, so it might still fit for some. Or if you're still doing Christmas crafting all year long, then obviously perfect. Let it snow, which is funny because it's snowing right now in California, which is very unusual. So yeah, even here we have winter yet, not over. And then we have all these tags. This would also fit really nicely together with the other line, the new one. But I love all of those stamps. They are so cute. They are similar in the design of this long stamps that you've seen here. So if you would like stamp this and color that, and then you might need more options for any decoration of your card or whatever project you have in mind, then here these work really nicely all together. As you can see, same design. Here it says Noel, here it says winter. Then we have more of these little tags. I love these ones. So cute. And yeah, more of those. Winter with snow, please. Yeah, we have snow. Little stamp, postage stamp, and then as you can see, kind of similar to these designs here. Works really nicely together. Love this long stamp. We have a few of these long stamps. They're really popular. And here we have more of these little stamps, like postage stamps, not like that stamp. Here we have a tag. More of those ones here, kind of similar. As you can see, works so nicely together. And here's some kind of receipt for a cafe. So this would be now super nice with the girl. So for example, if you wanted some kind of cafe look and then the girl having a coffee or hot chocolate or something, then you could somehow create something with the ephemera around her. Or of course with the stamp, or use it any way you want. So I just think this is so absolutely beautiful, and I'm a big fan of Chou and Flowers just because if you're into any medium, it could be art journaling or card making or scrapbooking, I think here you will find something for any style. So let me know in the comments if you agree, which one is your favorite product of all of those. And also, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you'll never miss out on these exciting crafting items. And with that, I wish you a crafty week, and remember, no stressy, be messy, and have fun. See you next time.